Hobby English Lab. Relaxed travel English listening.
Welcome back to the Hobby English Lab. I am Mika.
And I am Alex. It is good to have you with us.
Just one easy overnight trip by train.
That already sounds better. My suitcase becomes nervous when you say 3 airports.
Your suitcase cannot become nervous.
You have not seen it when I try to close it.
Fair point. Today, we will follow the whole journey from beginning to end.
We start at home, pack a light bag, and walk to the station.
Then we buy tickets, find the platform, and take the train to a small town.
We check in at a hotel, ask for directions, and explore without rushing.
If the weather changes, we change our plan gently. Then we check out the next morning.
You will hear useful English for trains, hotels, directions, cafes, and easy day trips.
If you are already on a train, even better.
Unless you miss your stop because you are listening to us.
Then please watch the station signs too.
Good safety advice. English in one ear, station announcements in the other.
Our destination today is Bellford, a quiet town with an old centre, a riverside path, and a small local museum.
Bellford is a fictional place, so you do not need a map.
But the English works in real towns around the world.
Small station, simple hotel, local streets, changing weather, very normal travel.
Exactly. A short trip can still give you new sounds, new streets, and a little space.
And perhaps a bakery.
You always add food to the map.
A good map should answer 2 questions. Where are we, and where is the bakery?
Today, it may answer both.
Excellent. Then I am ready.
Dear listener, get comfortable. Our bag is open on the bed, and our trip begins at home.
Saturday morning. The train leaves in 2 hours. My bag is open, and somehow my whole room wants to come with me.
That is why we made a list yesterday.
What if Sunday morning has a blue shirt mood?
Sunday morning will accept the grey shirt. Let us keep the bag light.
Let us keep the bag light. That sounds simple, but it is wise travel English.
A light bag is easier at stations, on stairs, and inside small hotel rooms.
Fine. 2 shirts go back in the closet. What is next on the list?
Toothbrush, phone charger, water bottle, light jacket, and the reservation details. Why is there a large book in your bag?
I might read it on the train. I will take the smaller book instead. Now, do we need an umbrella?
The morning looks clear, but light rain is possible this afternoon.
I also downloaded the hotel address and our train information.
Great. Downloaded information helps when the internet is slow or unavailable.
The hotel reservation is under Mika Sato.
Good. At reception, I can say, I have a reservation under Mika Sato.
Train tickets are not booked yet. We can use the ticket machine or the counter.
Let us see which one is easier when we arrive.
So our main plan is train, hotel, old town, museum, river, dinner, sleep.
That is enough. We can decide the small details later.
I think that is everything.
Phone?
Yes.
Keys?
Yes.
Small book?
Yes, I feel very responsible.
Jacket?
On the chair.
Then that is not everything.
Good catch. Jacket on, bag closed. Now, I think that is everything.
That phrase is useful before leaving any place. I think that is everything.
Hotel room, cafe table, train seat. Look around and say it before you go.
It gives your brain one final moment to notice a charger or umbrella.
Or a small book hiding under the pillow.
We each have one small bag. We have the address, the reservation, and enough time.
Enough time is important. Running to a train is exciting only in movies.
Door locked?
Door locked.
Everything is ready for Bellford.
Bellford, here we come.
We arrive at Central Station with 40 minutes before departure.
The main hall is busy, but not too busy. There are ticket machines on the left and a staffed counter ahead.
The screen shows several trains. Bellford appears twice.
One train leaves at 10:15. The other leaves at 10:30, but takes longer.
Which train should we take?
Useful question number 1 at a station. Which train should we take?
Agreed. Let us take the direct train.
The ticket machine has an English button. That helps. One way or return?
Return, because we are coming back tomorrow.
Good morning. 2 return tickets to Bellford, please.
The clerk says the return train can be used at any time tomorrow.
That is helpful. Do we need to choose seats?
The clerk says no. Seating is open on this train.
2 tickets, 1 receipt, and no mystery.
Now we need the platform.
The departure board says Bellford, 10:15, platform 7.
Platform 7. We have 25 minutes.
Enough time for coffee?
Enough time to find platform 7 first.
Platform 7 has chosen a dramatic life in the middle.
There is a station worker near the gate, let us ask.
Excuse me, is this the way to platform 7?
The worker points straight ahead, then down the stairs. Is this the way to... Works for platforms, exits, restrooms, and ticket offices.
We walk down the stairs and find another sign. Platform 7, trains east.
Before we enter, I want to confirm. Is this the right platform for Bellford?
There is another passenger waiting. I will ask. Excuse me, is this the right platform for the Bellford train?
The passenger says yes. The train arrives here in about 10 minutes.
2 small coffees?
1 coffee and 1 tea, please.
Right. I return with 1 coffee, 1 tea, and a plain roll for later.
You already had breakfast.
This is not breakfast. This is future planning.
The announcement begins. The train to Bellford is arriving at platform 7.
We stand behind the line and let passengers get off first.
Our tickets are ready. Our drinks have lids. Our bags are light.
This is the right platform and that is the right train.
How do you know?
The front sign says Bellford, but I still want to ask the conductor. Excuse me, does this train stop at Bellford?
The conductor says yes. Bellford is the 4th stop.
4th stop, easy.
We step onto the train. Station part complete.
The carriage is clean and quiet. There are pairs of seats on both sides.
I see 2 empty seats near the middle. We should ask before sitting. Excuse me, is this seat taken?
The passenger moves the coat and says no, it is free. Is this seat taken? Is useful on trains, buses, in waiting rooms, and at busy cafes.
It simply asks if another person is using the seat. Do you want help?
Yes, please. Could you help me with this bag?
I like this part of train travel. The view changes slowly enough to notice.
A plane gives you clouds. A train gives you back gardens, bridges, fields, and someone waving from a bicycle path.
Do you think that person was waving at us?
I choose to believe it.
The ticket inspector is coming.
Tickets ready.
The inspector scans both tickets and says Bellford is about 50 minutes away.
Good. We have time to talk and look outside. The train makes its first stop. Several people get off and a family gets on.
The train starts again. Now there are wide green fields outside.
I can see a river beside the tracks.
Our hotel is near a river too, but not this one.
Do we know how to get from Bellford Station to the hotel?
The map says it is a 12-minute walk.
12 minutes with light bags. Another reason to keep the bag light.
The route looks simple. Out the main exit, across the square, then right at the library. Good. What time is check-in?
Check-in begins at 2. We arrive around 11:20.
Then we cannot enter the room yet.
We can ask, could we leave our bags here?
Most hotels can tell you if luggage storage is available. The announcement says Bellford is next. Put the book away.
Page 6. I exceeded expectations.
Check the seat area, phone, tickets, coffee cup, small book.
The seat area looks completely clear.
Look above us too. Your bag is still on the shelf.
Right. Could you help me with this bag?
The train slows. We can see a small station building and a clock above the entrance.
We step onto the platform and the air feels cooler than in the city.
One train ride. Then see sheets and train ride. And the weekend already feels different. Bellford Station has one main exit. That makes the first decision easy.
Outside, there is a small square, a taxi line, and a map of the town.
We cross carefully and turn right after the library.
The hotel should be called River House.
Good morning. I have a reservation under Mika Sato.
The receptionist checks the computer and finds our booking.
The room is ready early. That is a pleasant surprise.
Wonderful. Do you need to see our identification?
The receptionist asks for both passports or identity cards, depending on local rules.
We show the requested documents and confirm the room details.
I have one question. Is breakfast included?
The receptionist says yes. Breakfast is served from 7 until 10 in the dining room.
Great. And what time is checkout tomorrow?
Checkout is at 11.
2 useful hotel questions, both answered.
Breakfast from 7 to 10. Checkout at 11. I can remember that.
The receptionist gives us one room key and explains that the front door locks after 10 at night.
We can use the room key to enter after 10.
Before we go up, let us ask for a town map.
Excuse me, do you have a map of the town?
The receptionist gives us a small printed map and marks the hotel.
Could you also show us the old town?
It is 10 minutes away on foot. The museum is just beyond the main square.
Is it within walking distance from here?
Yes, within walking distance means close enough to walk comfortably.
The riverside path is also nearby, but the receptionist recommends it in dry weather.
We look out the window. The sky is still bright, but grey clouds are forming.
Good thing we packed the small umbrella.
We take the elevator and find room 24.
I can see the top of the old clock tower.
Nice. We leave the bags but take our phones, wallets, map and umbrella.
We have the map and umbrella.
Room key.
In my hand.
The museum closes at 5 and it is not even noon. We have plenty of time.
First, lunch. Then the old town and museum. After that, perhaps the river.
Perhaps we will watch the weather.
We lock the room and head downstairs.
Outside, Bellford is waiting, and our shoulders feel wonderfully light.
We stand outside the hotel with the printed map open between us.
The old town is somewhere west of here. The map is clear, but the street signs are small. Excuse me, how do we get to the old town?
The seller points along the road. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left at the bank.
After the bank, we cross a small bridge. The main square is on the other side.
Thank you. Is it within walking distance?
The seller smiles and says yes, about 8 minutes.
8 minutes is excellent. We thank her and start walking.
How do we get to... is one of the most useful travel questions.
How do we get to the station? How do we get to the museum? How do we get to the hotel?
We turn left, but I do not see a bridge.
I see a narrow street and a parking area. Are we going the right way?
Good question. Let us check the map.
The bank has 2 entrances. We turned left before the bank, not after it.
Small mistake. It is not a big problem. We go back 30 steps.
I like that we can say, "Are we going the right way?" without blaming anyone.
Yes, it checks the route, not the person.
Now we turn after the bank. There is the bridge with blue railings.
We are going the right way.
We cross the blue bridge and the street opens into the main square.
There is a clock tower, a fountain, several cafes, and the museum at the far end.
The museum building is easy to recognize. White walls, green doors, and a large banner.
We choose a small cafe near the fountain. The menu has soup, sandwiches, salads, and tea.
Is this table free?
A server says yes and brings 2 menus.
My soup and your sandwich arrive quickly. I am glad I saved the station roll.
You can keep it for a real emergency. We can choose 1 or 2 places and leave space between them.
We can take our time. After lunch, could we have the bill, please?
The server brings it. We check the amount, pay, and leave a tip if local custom and service suggest it.
Then we look around the table. Phone, map, umbrella, station roll.
The table looks completely clear.
Museum next?
Museum next. It is across the square, and this time we definitely know the way. The Bellford Museum is small enough to explore in about an hour.
At the entrance, a staff member welcomes us and shows the ticket prices.
The first room has old photographs of the town, the station, and the river.
Here is the station 100 years ago. The clock looks almost the same.
The trains look very different.
And everyone in the photo is standing very still.
The next room has objects from local homes and shops.
There is an old hotel key with a huge metal tag.
A volunteer tells us the building was once a school.
The rooms are small, so the museum feels personal rather than grand.
I like that. We can look carefully without feeling tired.
There is a model of Bellford on a table. I can see our hotel, the bridge, and the riverside path.
The river path begins behind the museum. That would be our next stop.
I look through the window. The gray clouds are darker now.
A few drops hit the glass.
It looks like rain.
That phrase means the weather is showing signs of rain soon.
It looks like rain. Very soon, in fact.
We finish the final room and walk toward the exit.
By the time we reach the door, the light rain has become steady rain.
The river walk is probably not a good idea now.
We could open the umbrella and walk anyway.
We could, but the path may be wet and the wind is getting stronger.
Then let us change the plan.
The museum volunteer recommends a covered market 2 streets away.
The market has local crafts, books, tea, and places to sit.
That sounds perfect for a rainy afternoon.
Could you show us the market on the map?
The volunteer circles it and explains the route. Turn right outside, then take the second street on the left.
Is it far from here?
Only 5 minutes. We thank the volunteer and stand under the museum entrance.
Small umbrella ready.
It is wide enough for 2 people if we walk closely.
We follow the volunteer's directions through the rain. Bellford Market. We found it.
Inside, the air smells like tea and wood.
I choose a postcard of the station for my desk.
I find a small notebook with a blue cover. At a tea stall, the seller offers 2 samples. Which one do you prefer?
The second one. It matches the rain.
After 40 minutes, the rain is almost finished.
We could walk back through the old town and stop by the river only if the path looks safe.
Good. We can decide when we get outside.
Outside the market, the rain has become a soft mist.
A mist is lighter than rain, almost like tiny drops floating in the air.
The lane looks interesting. Shall we take it?
Yes, the map shows it connecting with the Riverside Road.
Halfway down, the lane divides again. There is no sign now.
Left seems to go downhill. Rivers are usually downhill.
Excellent geography. Let us try left.
After 2 minutes, we arrive at a small courtyard, not the river.
There is a bakery, though.
Your map has found the bakery by instinct. Are we going the right way?
Not for the river. Very much for baked goods. Excuse me, how do we get to the Riverside path?
The baker explains that we should go back to the lane and take the right side. Thank you. Is it within walking distance?
The baker laughs gently and says it is only 3 minutes from here.
Before we leave, you may choose one small thing.
A warm apple pastry, please. We can share it later.
We return to the lane, take the right side, side, and use the wet steps carefully.
At the bottom, the clear riverside path appears between the trees.
There are benches under large trees. The leaves still hold drops from the rain.
Let us sit for a few minutes.
Good. We can take our time.
I open the paper bag and divide the apple pastry.
Warm pastry after cool rain is a very good travel moment.
Not famous, not expensive, just good.
Across the river, I can see a row of small houses and gardens.
A train passes on a bridge farther away. We can hear it before we see it.
This morning, we were inside a train looking out. Now we are outside watching one pass.
That gives the day a nice shape.
How are your feet?
Comfortable. How is your energy?
We are not exhausted. We are pleasantly tired.
Tired enough to enjoy dinner later, but not tired enough to complain about stairs.
Our hotel is upstream, about 15 minutes from here.
Shall we walk along the river toward it?
Yes, if the path becomes muddy, we can return to the road.
Museum, market, bakery accident, and river. That is a strong afternoon.
Bakery accident?
We did not plan it, and pastry happened.
Better.
As we walk, we pass a sign for River House Hotel.
This time, no map needed. Straight ahead for 5 minutes.
We are going the right way.
And we are not in a hurry.
That may be my favorite part of the trip.
Back at the hotel, we leave our damp jackets near the door.
The tiny chair finally has its important job.
At 7, we go downstairs and ask the receptionist for a simple dinner recommendation.
We do not need a fancy restaurant. Somewhere nearby, with local food and a quiet table.
The receptionist suggests a family-run place 2 streets away.
Is it within walking distance?
Yes, about 4 minutes. We know that phrase very well now.
The server shows us a table by the window. Is this table okay?
Yes, thank you. It is perfect.
The menu has soup, grilled fish, rice, vegetables, and a mushroom dish.
I ask, what do you recommend?
The server recommends the mushroom dish and the fish.
I choose the mushrooms with rice.
I choose the fish and vegetables. 2 equal travelers, 2 different dinners.
What was your favorite part?
I liked the train window in the morning. The city slowly became fields, and the weekend began before we arrived.
Good choice. I liked the small museum.
The old photographs?
Yes, they made the town feel connected across time.
I also liked changing the plan when it rained.
Really, some people feel disappointed when plans change.
I used to. But today, the new plan gave us the market and the tea stall. What about our wrong turn near the bakery?
That was useful too. We practiced asking for directions and found something warm to eat.
So the lesson from today is always walk the wrong way near a bakery.
No, the lesson is that a small mistake does not need to become a big problem.
Our meals are simple, warm, and exactly what we wanted.
After dinner, the server asks if we would like dessert. When we finish, I ask, could we have the bill, please?
The server brings it. We pay and thank everyone.
Outside, we decide to return to the hotel. We do not need to make the evening longer just because we are traveling.
Back in the room, we check tomorrow's train options.
There is a direct train at 12:20. That gives us a slow breakfast and an easy checkout.
Perfect. Which train should we take? The 12:20 train.
We set one alarm for 8.
Only one?
You may set a backup at 8:05.
Responsible alarm planning.
Before sleep, we place the tickets, wallets, and room key on the desk. What was the whole day like in one sentence?
It was simple, slightly wet, and much better than staying home.
Mine is we had a plan, changed it gently, and still enjoyed the day.
Good night, Bellford.
Good night. Now settle in for one complete story. Listen.
No questions to answer and no phrases to repeat. Just follow the trip from home to Bellford and into the evening.
2 friends are getting ready for one night away. They want a simple train trip, not a busy adventure.
One friend has packed 3 shirts and a large book. The other looks at the bag and says, "Let us keep the bag light."
They check the list. Toothbrushes, chargers, a water bottle, a light jacket, a small umbrella, and the hotel information.
The reservation is under Mika Sato. The train tickets are not booked yet, but they have enough time at the station.
Before leaving, they look around. Phone, wallet, keys, jacket. I think that is everything.
They lock the door and walk to Central Station with 2 light bags. Which train should we take? One is direct. The other needs a change.
They choose the direct train and go to the ticket counter.
2 return tickets to Bellford, please. The clerk explains that they can use the return ticket at any time tomorrow.
Now they need platform 7. A station worker points straight ahead and down the stairs.
On the platform, they ask another passenger, "Is this the right platform for the Bellford train?"
Yes, it is. The train will arrive in 10 minutes.
Before boarding, they confirm with the conductor, "Does this train stop at Bellford?"
Yes, Bellford is the 4th stop.
Inside, they find 2 seats. One has a coat on it, so they ask, "Is this seat taken?"
The passenger moves the coat. The seat is free. Could you help me with this bag? Of course. Travel is easier when people help each other.
The train leaves the city. Offices become houses. Houses become gardens, fields, and a river beside the tracks.
At reception, one friend says, I have a reservation under Mika Sato.
The room is ready early. Breakfast is included and checkout is at 11 the next morning.
The receptionist gives them a town map and shows them the old town, the museum, and the river.
Is it within walking distance? Yes, almost everything is close.
The friends leave their bags in the room. Now their shoulders are free and they can take their time.
Outside, they ask a flower seller, "How do we get to the old town?"
Go straight for 2 blocks, turn left after the bank, and cross the small bridge.
They turn too early and cannot see the bridge. Are we going the right way?
They check the map, walk back 30 steps, and find the correct turn.
Could we have the bill, please? They pay, check the table, and walk to the museum.
The museum has old photographs, household objects, and a model of the town.
Through the window, the sky grows darker. A few drops touch the glass.
It looks like rain.
When they reach the museum door, the rain is steady. The riverside walk no longer feels like a good idea.
Let us change the plan.
A volunteer sends them to a covered market where they find postcards, notebooks, and warm tea.
When the rain becomes mist, they leave the market and follow a narrow lane toward the river.
They choose the wrong side and find a bakery instead of the riverside path.
It is a small mistake, and the baker is happy to help.
They ask the baker, "How do we get to the riverside path?"
Go back, take the right side, and use the steps beside the yellow house.
We can take our time. They walk slowly beside the river toward the hotel.
In the evening, they ask the receptionist for a quiet place to eat.
The restaurant is within walking distance. One friend orders mushrooms and rice. The other orders fish and vegetables.
They talk about the train, the museum, the market, and the bakery wrong turn.
Tickets, wallets, room key. Morning will be simple.
One calm trip, a light bag, a direct train, a rainy afternoon, and enough time to notice small things.
The phrases were not separate cards. They helped the travelers move through a real day.
And tomorrow morning, the story still has one final part.
The first alarm sounds at 8. I open one eye and wait for the backup alarm.
The backup alarm is not a personal assistant. Get up.
The rain has cleaned the air. The clock tower looks close in the morning light.
We get ready and check the room slowly.
The umbrella is still a little damp, so I move it beside the door.
Breakfast is downstairs. We can finish packing afterward.
The dining room has eggs, fruit, yogurt, bread, tea, and coffee.
We choose a table by the window and enjoy a simple breakfast.
Then we return to the room and finish packing our light bags.
We talk about our return train. It leaves at 12:20. Umbrella?
Packed, but still slightly damp.
Room key?
Ready to return.
Tickets?
In the front pocket.
The room looks ready to leave.
This time I agree.
At reception, I say, "Good morning. We would like to check out, please."
The receptionist asks for the room key and checks the booking.
There are no extra charges. Everything is complete.
We thank the receptionist for the map and restaurant recommendation.
Before leaving, we ask, "Could we leave our bags here for an hour?"
Yes, the hotel has a locked luggage room.
We buy 2 postcards and sit for a few minutes.
I write, "Bellford was quiet, rainy, and lovely. We changed our plan and found good tea." What do you write?
We came by train, walked by the river, and ate well. A very easy weekend.
Also perfect.
At 11:30, we return to the hotel and show our claim tags.
The station is 12 minutes away. We have 35 minutes before the train.
Plenty of time. We can walk.
If we were tired or the weather was bad, we could ask, "Could you call a taxi for us?"
But today, the road is clear and our bags are light.
We walk past the library and across the station square.
Inside, the board shows our train on platform 3.
Is this the right platform? We check the sign. Bellford to Central, 12:20.
Yes, this is the right platform.
The train arrives. We find 2 seats together without needing to ask.
Bags under the seats this time. No high shelf. How do you feel?
Rested, even after walking. The trip had space in it.
The station clock. Tea during the rain. Warm pastry beside the river.
And 9 pages of an excellent book.
A personal record.
When the train reaches Central Station, we check the seats one final time.
Phone, wallet, ticket, bag.
Nothing is left on the train.
The trip is complete. We are near the end now. Let us move through the journey once more in a calm phrase flow.
No test and no mechanical repetition. Just short travel moments connected like scenes through a window.
At home, the bag is open.
Let us keep the bag light.
We need a charger, a jacket, and a small umbrella.
I think that is everything. Which train should we take?
Let us take the direct train.
2 return tickets to Bellford, please.
Is this the right platform for Bellford?
Yes, the train arrives here.
Does this train stop at Bellford?
Yes, Bellford is the 4th stop. Excuse me, is this seat taken?
No, it is free.
Thank you. Could you help me with this bag?
Of course. Let us lift it together.
I have a reservation under Mika Sato.
Is breakfast included?
Yes, from 7 until 10.
What time is checkout?
Checkout is at 11.
Could we leave our bags here?
Certainly. We can keep them in the luggage room. How do we get to the old town?
Go straight and turn left after the bank.
Is it within walking distance?
Yes, about 8 minutes. Are we going the right way?
Not quite. Let us go back a little.
It is not a big problem.
There is the bridge. We are going the right way now.
Could we have the bill, please?
Of course. I will bring it now.
At the museum window, the sky changes.
It looks like rain.
The river path may be too wet.
Let us change the plan. Are we going the right way?
We found a bakery, not the river.
How do we get to the riverside path?
Go back and take the steps beside the yellow house.
By the river, we find a bench.
We can take our time.
Could we have the bill, please?
Thank you. Everything was very good.
I think that is everything.
We would like to check out, please.
Could we leave our bags here for an hour?
Yes, please keep these claim tags.
If the weather changes, could you call a taxi for us?
Of course, but today the sun is out. Is this the right platform?
Yes, this train goes to Central Station.
Maybe it will be, is this the right platform?
Or, I have a reservation under,
Or let us change the plan.
and perhaps the gentlest one.
We can take our time. Our relaxed travel day is finished.
We packed at home, found the train, checked into a hotel, explored a town, changed the plan, and came back safely.
None of the moments required perfect English.
Most travel needs are small and clear. A ticket, a platform, a room, a direction, a little help.
Short phrases can carry a whole journey when they arrive at the right moment.
And when you do not understand, you can ask again, point to a map, or show the booking details.
Communication is more than one perfect sentence.
It is also attention, kindness, patience, and sometimes a small umbrella.
If you are planning your own trip, you do not need to make it complicated.
One train, one neighborhood, one museum, one quiet meal, that can be enough.
Leave some space in the day.
Space for rain, a wrong turn, a tea stall, or a bakery you did not expect.
A changed plan is still a plan.
A small trip is still travel.
You can also listen again without reading and notice which scenes feel clearer.
No need to chase every word. Follow the station, the train, the hotel, and the town.
Thank you for spending this journey with us at the Hobby English Lab.
May your next platform be easy to find.
May your hotel room be ready early.
And may every wrong turn contain a bakery.
That last wish is not guaranteed.
But we can hope.
See you next time.
Bye for now.